from Vermont's own WCAX. Presented by Sticks and Stuff and Swanton Lumber. This is Catamount Corner.
All right, welcome into another edition of Catamount Corner. We've hit late September, which means it's nearly time for 3 UVM winter sports squads to kick off their campaigns. We'll hear from men's and women's hockey and women's swim and dive over the next half hour.
Yeah, but before we start to worry about the pool or the rink, the fall teams have been rolling right along the postseason picture, starting to come into focus on the pitch.
Yeah, another great start to the season, in particular for the UVM men's soccer program. The Cats are ranked 17th in the country in the latest United Soccer Coaches poll. That has required major contributions from everyone up and down the roster, even the most recent addition to that roster.
Pull. Yes! Tucker's been with us this is his 3rd season.
First time I met him was last fall. So he came in our locker room and Rob Dow introduced him to us.
Angle.
Tuck and I were in class together, actually. Tuck is a couple years younger than I am, but we had very similar interests in school.
UVM grad student Tucker Paron has long dreamed of the opportunity to play college soccer.
I started playing when I was like 3, I think, real young. Just played rec soccer, pretty much travel soccer, like my whole life, and then played in high school.
But the recruiting process didn't work out for Paron, so he turned to plan B.
I was going to be like the best player on the club team, and it would be easy, and then I would just walk on. And then I got here in the fall of my freshman year, and I got cut from the club team.
But Paron wasn't giving up that easy.
Yes. The next year I made the club team and then kept working.
As a data science major, Paron was offered the chance to help the UVM athletic department.
Actually, a professor came up to me and presented basically an opportunity to work with UVM athletics. And I thought that would be like a really good opportunity. For one, it'd be interesting, but also to get my foot in the door with the coaches.
That relationship started with this analytic approach from him and providing the team with presentations and accurate information and detail that moves the needle.
So this is Y-Scout. This is the software that we use and other college and professional teams will use. Basically, it collects statistics on, I think it's over like 600 leagues or competitions. When you take a shot, there's a probability that that shot's going to go in. So you take all those shots throughout a game and you add up their expected goals.
I'm a defender. In this stats, I see in which direction a winger goes, like what is his strong foot, from where he shoots, so what he likes to do, and that helps me a lot.
From classes, social interactions, and that analytical work, Paron built relationships with the guys on the team.
We were just like good class friends, and in college that stuff extends. You see somebody, whether it's you're out to dinner or whatever, and it's, hey, here are the guys, and he's like, oh, I'm on the club team, and they're, oh, that's great. Where are you from? Like, position you play, talking about soccer stuff.
Go, Carl.
He kind of just took a small foothold and really, through the opportunities that came his way socially, just stuck himself into being just a friend of the program.
Paron was more than happy to help the team any way they asked, but he never gave up on his dream of suiting up for the Catamounts.
So I reached out to the associate head coach at the time, Adrian Dubois, for a trial, and he let me come in a little bit my junior spring, and it didn't end up working out. Then that senior spring, I said, hey, I want to try out again, and they let me come back. I ended up making the team for the spring. Everything went well, I was playing games, but they said that I wasn't going to be offered a roster spot.
From his perspective, it's been a lot of rejection from the playing side, and he keeps stepping up saying, how can I help? How can I help? Here's what I can do.
2, 3, 4. Try. No.
Finally, just before the start of this season, a roster spot opened up. But even then, Coach Dow and the rest of the staff weren't going to take it easy on Paron.
We got public safety on campus involved.
Come over here. Turn around.
They had a police officer come in and say, is there Tucker Paron here? And I stood up and wasn't really sure what was going on.
You've won a scholarship.
There were a lot of emotions. I was just happy that kind of this thing that I've wanted for so long came true, and I got to share that moment with my teammates.
It motivates me a lot, because it shows me how much other people do to be in this program. Everyone worked for it, and especially Tucker.
He shows up every single day asking the coaches, what can I do to be the best, 28-man guy on the roster, and push from the bottom up. And that's exactly why we need him on our team.
So now, every game day, Paron throws on the number 18 shirt, that used to belong to his buddy Nolan Jimmo.
I think he probably got told no more than he got told yes, but he just hung in there, and being able to stay in the fight and not take himself out of the opportunity is something that I really admire about him.
As for actually getting in a game,
I'm going to be there on Alumni, which I think is the 30th, and I will be holding a whiteboard that says, "We want Tucker, number 18."
I mean, it would be amazing. That's really why everyone does it, so you can be there on game day and put on the jersey and go out there and make a play.
Vermont now 6-1-1 after handing Bryant its first loss of the 2023 campaign this past Saturday down in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And Michael, still plenty of fixtures left for the local 11 coming up.
Yes, indeed. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next 5 matches for the number 17 ranked Catamounts, starting tomorrow night with a date down at UMass. The 3-4-2 Minutemen coming off a Saturday loss to VCU. That one's followed by UMass Lowell on Saturday. The Cats shut both those schools out last fall.
And we've got an interesting test with UConn in stores on October 3rd. Vermont with just one game against the Huskies. That was a 3-2 loss back in 2018. That's followed by 2 more conference teams that they also shut out last fall. NJIT, they'll play them October 7th, and Binghamton on the 14th. It'll be interesting to see how that UConn game plays out in this next string of matchups, and also, of course, getting into conference play will be fun.